Hello, everybody. This is Pastor Green. We're doing another Read the Bible in 1 year, day 106, 2 Kings 11 through 13. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell. That way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video and also comment. You can comment anything you want. It all helps with the algorithm. You can say thank you, hi, thumbs up, smiley face, whatever really helps you out. Remember, I'm dyslexic and I stutter, so sometimes if I see a big word, I get confused. Just bear with me. And here we go. 2 Kings chapter 11. And when Athaliah, the mother of Asa, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal. But Jehosheba, the daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons, which were slain, and they hid him, even him and his nurse, in the bedchamber from Athaliah, so that he was not slain. And he was with her hid in the house of the Lord 6 years, and Athaliah did reign over the land. In the 7th year, Jehoiada said and fetched the rulers of the 100 with the captains and the guards, and brought them to him in the house of the Lord, and made a covenant with them, and took an oath of them in the house of the Lord, and showed them the king's son. And he commanded them, saying, This is the thing that you should do. A third part of you that entered into the Sabbath shall be keepers of the watch of the king's house, and a third part shall be at the gate of Sur, and a third part of the gate behind the guards. So you shall keep the watch over the house, that it may not be broken down. And 2 parts of you that have go forth on the Sabbath, even they shall keep the watch of the house for the Lord at the king. And ye shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand. And he that cometh within ranges, let him be slain. And ye be with the king as he goeth out, and he cometh in. The captains over the hundreds did according to all the things that Jehoiada the priest commanded. And they took every man his men that were to come on the Sabbath with them that should go out to the Sabbath, and came to Jehoiada the priest. To the captains over hundreds did the priests give King David spears and shields that were in the temple of the Lord. And the guards stood, every man with his weapons in his hand, round about the king, from the right corner of the temple to the left corner of the temple, along the altar of the temple. And he brought forth the king's son, and put the crown upon him, and gave him the testimony, and they made him king, and anointed him, and they clapped their hands and said, God save the king. And when Athaliah heard that the noise of the guard and the people, she came to the people into the temple of the Lord. And when she looked, behold, the king stood by a pillar, as the manner was, and the princes and the trumpeters by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced and blew their trumpets. And Athaliah rent her clothes and cried, Treason, treason. But Jehoiada the priest commanded the captains of the hundreds and the officers of the host, and said to them, Have ye forth without the ranges? And he that followeth her kill with the sword. For the priest had said, Let her not be slain in the house of the Lord. And they laid hands on her, and she went by the way of the which the horses came to the king's house, and there she was slain. And Jehoiada made a covenant between the Lord and the king of the people, that they should be the Lord's people, between the king also and the people. And all the people of the land went into the house of Baal, and broke it down. His altars and his images broke them in pieces thoroughly, and slew and had the priests of Baal before the altars. And the priest appointed officers over the house of the Lord. And he took the rulers over hundreds, and the captains, and the guard, and all the people of the land, and they brought down the king from the house of the Lord, and came by the way of the gate of the guard to the king's house, and he sat at the throne of the kings. And all the people and all the land rejoiced, and the city was quiet, and they slew Athaliah with the sword besides the king's house. 7 years old was Joash when he began to reign. 2 Kings chapter 12. In the 7th year of Jehu, Joash began to reign, and 40 years reigned he in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Zerbah of Beersheba. And Jehoash did as the right was the light sight of the Lord in his days, wherein Jehoiada the priest instructed him. And the high places were not taken away, but the people still sacrificed and burnt incenses in the high places. And Joash said to the priest, All the money of the dedicated things that is brought to the house of the Lord, even the money for every one that passes the account, the money that every man set at, and all the money that cometh into the man's heart to bring to the house of the Lord, let the priest take it up to them, every man to his acquaintance, and let them repair the breaches of the house, whatsoever any breach shall be found. But it was so, in the 20th year of the king Jehoash, the priest had not repaired the breaches of the house. Then King Jehoash called for Jehoiada the priest and all the other priests, and said unto them, Why repair ye not the breaches of the house? Now therefore receive no more money of your acquaintance, but deliver it for the breaches of the house. And the priest consented to receive more money of the people, needed to repair the breaches of the house. But Jehonadab the priest took a chest and bored a hole in the lid of it, and set it beside the altar, the right side as one coming to the house of the Lord. And the priest that kept the door put therein all the money that was brought to the house of the Lord. And it was so, when they saw that there was much money in the chest, that the king's scribes and the high priest came up, and they put up in bags, and told the money was found in the house of the Lord. And they gave the money, being told, to the hand of them that work and the oversight of the house of the Lord. And they laid it out, the carpenters and builders that wrought upon the house of the Lord, and the masons and the brewers of stone, and it's built by timber and hewed stone to repair the breaches of the house of the Lord, and for all that was laid out for the house to repair it. Howbeit there was not made for the house of the Lord bowls of silver, snuffers, basins, trumpets, any vessels of gold, or vessels of silver, in the money that was brought to the house of the Lord. But they gave all to the workmen, and repaired therein with the house of the Lord. Moreover, they reckoned not with the men to whom they had delivered the money to be bestowers of the workmen, for they did faintly. The trespass money and the sin money was not brought to the house of the Lord, and it was the priests. And Hazael king of Syria went up and fought against Gath, and took it, and Hazael set his face to go up to Jerusalem. And Jehoash king of Judah took all the hallowed things that Jehoshaphat, Joram, and Isaiah his fathers, king of Judah, had dedicated, and his own hallowed things, and all the gold that was found in the treasures of the house of the Lord, and the king's house, and set it to Hazael king of Syria, and he went away from Jerusalem. And the rest of the acts of Joash and all that he did, are they not written in the books of the chronicles of the kings of Judah? And his servants arose and made conspiracy, and slew Joash in the house of Millo, which goeth down to Silla. For Zosacar the son of Simith, and Jehonabad the son of Shomer, his servants smote him, and he died, and they buried him in the fathers of the city of David, and Amaz his son reigned in his stead. 2 Kings chapter 13. In the 23 years of Joash the son of Amaz, Ahaziah the king of Judah, Jehoaz the son of Jehu began to reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 17 years. And he did which was evil in the sight of the Lord, and followed the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, which made Israel to sin, and departed not therefrom. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he delivered them to the hands of Hazael king of Syria, and unto the hand of Benhadad the son of Hazael in their days. And Joahaz besought the Lord, and the Lord hearkened unto him, for he saw the oppression of Israel, because the king of Syria oppressed them. And the Lord gave Israel a savior, so that they went out from under the hand of the Syrians, and the children of Israel dwelt in their tents as beforetime. Nevertheless, they departed not from the sins of the house of Jeroboam, who made Israel sin, but walketh with therein, and he remained in the grove also to Samaria. Neither did he leave of the people of Jehoaz but 50 horsemen, and 10 chariots, and 10,000 footmen, for the king of Syria had destroyed them. He had made them light to dust of the threshing. Now the rest of the acts of Jehoaz, and all that he did, and his might, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Jehoaz slept with his fathers, and they buried him in Samaria, and Joash his son reigned in his stead. In the 37th year of Joash king of Judah began Joash the son of Jehoaz the reign over Israel and Samaria, and reigned 16 years. And he did which was evil in the sight of the Lord. He departed not from all the sins of Jeroboam the son of Nebat, who made Israel sin, but he walked therein. And the rest of the acts of Joash, and all that he did, and all of his might, wherewith he fought against Amaz the king of Judah, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And Joash slept with his fathers, and Jeroboam sat upon his throne, and Joash was buried in Samaria with the king of Israel. Now Elijah was fallen sick in his sickness, wherefore he died. And Joash the king of Israel came down unto him, and wept over his face, and said, O my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And Elijah said unto him, Take bows and arrows. And he took him to him bows and arrows. And he said to the king of Israel, Put thine hand upon the bow. And he put his hand upon it, and Elijah put his hand upon the king's hand. And he said, Open the window eastward. And he opened it. Then Elijah said, Shoot. And he shot. And he said, The arrow of the Lord's deliverance, and the arrow of the deliverance of Syria, for thou shalt smite the Syrians in Aphek, till thou consume them. And he said, Take the arrows. And he took them. And he said unto the king of Israel, Smite upon the ground. And he smote thrice, and stayed. And the man of God was wroth with him, and said, Thou shouldst have smitten 5 or 6 times, then hast thou smitten Syria till now hast consumed it, whereas now thou shalt smite Syria but thrice. And Elijah died, and they buried him, and the bands of the Moabites invaded the land of the coming of the year. And it came to pass as they were burying the man, that behold, they spied a band of men, and they cast the man to the sepulchre of Elijah. And when the man was let down, they touched the bones of Elijah, and he revived, and stood upon his feet. But Hazael king of Syria oppressed Israel all the days of Jehoaz. And the Lord was gracious to them, and had compassion on them, and had respected them, because of his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and would not destroy them, neither cast he from the presence as yet. So Hazael king of Syria died, and Benhadad his son reigned in his stead. And Joash the son of Zohaz took again his hand of Benhadad the son of Hazael the cities, which he had taken out of the hands of Jehoaz his father by war. 3 times did Joash beat him, and recover the cities of Israel. Well, guys, that's the video. I appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell. That way you get updated whenever I post a new video. Like the video and also comment. It helps with the algorithm. I'm going to put a couple links on the screen. The bottom right is going to be the Read the Bible in 1 Year study. Top left is going to be a playlist I think you might like. And the bottom left is going to be a video YouTube things you're going to like. If you know somebody that might benefit from this, please share it with them. You can also share it on social media. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day.